Hey guys, what's up? It's Nicole. Welcome back to my channel, Real Talk Recovery. We talk about recovery from addiction and I share my life with you. I am an addict. My sobriety date is July 13th of 2015 and I am worn out. You guys, I am so tired. I really just want to go lay down. But I was like, let me come on and I'm going to do a short live tonight, y'all. I'm really just tired. I worked today at my job and, worked my ass off today during my workout. So I'm just really tired. So I was watching one of my girlfriends today. She has a channel. Her name is Kayla. Her channel is called Street Life to Housewife. And I am going to link her channel in the comment section. But she had done a video today and she was talking about signs of an unhealthy relationship. And I thought, oh, that's a good topic talking about. So I thought we could talk about signs of an unhealthy relationship. So here is her link to her channel. So that way, if you guys want to go subscribe to her channel, you can. And you could go support her. She's a super cool chick. You'll like her. She's also been on my channel like 3 times and told her story. And so she's got a really, really good story. Hey, boo. She got a really good story. She is a warrior, y'all. There's Patreon link if you want to join our Patreon group or whatever's clever, okay? All right, so first and foremost, I'm going to share with you guys how I have been in many toxic relationships. So I'll share with you guys my experience with that, okay? So, okay. Before I ever got into drugs and alcohol, I had a boyfriend, like my very first boyfriend, right? His name was JR. And I remember I thought that I was going to marry him. We were like 16 or 17 years old. We were young, you know? Maybe even younger than that. Yeah, younger than that. It was like 15 years old. And back then, I was already exhibiting like the signs of like having jealousy. I was really insecure. And so I always thought that he was cheating on me or something like that. And then when he ended up breaking up with me, it was because he ended up dating another girl that was like she was a grade older than I was. And I remember I was devastated. But that was just like my first boyfriend. Now, the next relationship that I was in was when shit started getting real and I started using methamphetamine. And he would always comment about my weight, something that you guys know that I struggle with and that I'm very insecure about. And so, Big Sis said he wants you to come over at 3 a.m. Hey, Eric, he's coming on my channel, just so y'all know. It'll be a surprise, though. I'm not going to tell y'all what it's about. We have a plan. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, toxic relationships. Me and this guy were together for like 6 years, and I was using methamphetamine during the relationship. But one thing that he always like pointed out to me is that I needed to lose weight, and that if I would just lose, 5 more pounds, that I would be perfect. And I can remember just thinking how, I'm never going to be able to do that. I'm never going to be perfect, and I would beat myself up about it. To me, a relationship that is healthy is a relationship where you both give. Y'all are both giving, right? You're both compromising. You're communicating. You're supporting each other. You're lifting each other up. I've never, until I met my husband, I had never had a healthy relationship. And when me and Neil got together, our relationship was not healthy because we were both actively using drugs. Anybody that's using drugs and alcohol in a relationship, it's not a healthy relationship. You cannot have a healthy relationship getting high on drugs. It just doesn't work like that. But I think it's really important to communicate and compromise with the person that you're in a relationship with. Hold on, I gotta put my hair up, you guys. I'm just, mercy. Like, I don't think y'all understand. After I did that workout with Nick, I went upstairs and I freaking passed out, man. I fell asleep. I just laid down and fell asleep. I was so tired. So now I got to take a shower after this. But, you know, relationships, one thing that I have learned is that it's hard to be in a relationship when you're first starting out in your sobriety, you guys. And I do not recommend getting into a relationship early in recovery because you don't know what you want. He doesn't know what he wants. You both don't know how to stay sober. And it just makes for a lot more problems than you should really have to have, you know? Whenever I first got sober, before I met my husband, like the first time I ever started trying to get sober, I went to this halfway house and I would meet a new boyfriend every other week, you know, and it was because I needed to have these relationships to distract me from what my life was. I needed to have a boyfriend to make me feel good about myself, you know, and today I don't have to do that. Today I don't have to have somebody else to make me feel good. Today I'm going to make me feel good. Today I'm going to do what I have to do to, you know, get on the right path. You know, that's why we're doing our workouts together, you guys. It's the hardest thing I've ever done. You know, I thought getting sober was difficult. No, getting on camera and working out in front of God and everybody is so hard. And it's so hard, y'all. Hey, Boston. I'm okay. They're tapering today, but they're just making me be able to work. I have the last week of the month. You can do it, Sky. I'm not going to stay on here for very long, you guys. I'm really, like, I want to go take a hot shower. I want to go take a hot shower and go to sleep. Like I told my son, I said, Mama's going to sleep early today. Hey, Reese, what are you doing, honey? I just texted you back on Patreon. I was telling you, I'm logging my calories, and I'll send you it at the end of the week, so that way you'll have it. You guys, we're doing this together, though. Y'all are helping me so much. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you guys. Hey, Nick. I was just telling everybody that I'm, like, wore out. I am so tired today. Like, whew, mercy. I literally, like, went upstairs and passed out, y'all. Passed out. Okay, let's read the daily reflection today. That's what we're going to do. We're going to read the daily reflection, and then I'm probably going to get off here because I'm going to go take a hot shower, y'all. Okay, let's do this. Daily. What did you guys think about Brittany last night? Wasn't she the bomb? Isn't she a cool chick? I like her a lot. I really liked her. Hey, Brandon. Okay, here's a perfect one for us today. The title of it says, It's Okay to Be Me. Time after time, newcomers have tried to keep themselves certain facts about their lives. Have tried to keep to themselves certain facts about their lives. They have turned to easier methods, but they had not learned enough humility. Alcoholics Anonymous, page 72 through 73. Humility sounds so much like humiliation, but it really is the ability to look at myself and honestly accept what I find. I no longer need to be the smartest or dumbest or any other est. Finally, it is okay to be me. It is easier for me to accept myself if I share my whole life. If I cannot share in meetings, then I had better have a sponsor, someone with whom I can share those certain facts that could lead me back to getting drunk. I need to take all the steps. I need the fifth step to learn true humility. Easier methods do not work. So just so you guys know, when you do your fifth step, okay, so your fourth step is where you write out your resentments and all that. And you and your sponsor go over it in your fifth and sixth step. And then you ask for your higher power to remove those character defects and to help you to be able to make amends, right? So one of the things that I always get comments about is people will say how they are just like, they're really grateful that I'm transparent, and they wish that they could be as transparent as I am, and they wish they could share their life like I do. And I say, you can do the same exact thing. You all can do it, you guys. You don't have to hide behind, hide in the shadows anymore. If you want to come on and share your story, you know what? Message me. I would love to have any of you guys from the audience on to share about your recovery. I love you guys. I want you guys to feel that you're included too, you know. And if you're somebody who's like, well, I'm not making a YouTube channel, listen, I know not everybody wants to do that. That is, you know, a little bit, that's, you got to be kind of crazy to be coming on YouTube and telling your whole life, like, seriously. But today I can be me, and it's okay, and I don't have to worry about, hey, Iffy Row, I don't have to worry about being ashamed of being myself. And I used to be ashamed. I remember a time where I was okay with being dead. I was okay with dying from a drug overdose. I was okay with not ever making it out of my addiction. I had gotten to a point where I thought that I was not worth saving, and I had no hope. You know, a lot of the times, you guys, we get to that point, and all we need is someone to show us that there is hope, somebody to show us that it can be done. And so that's why we all come here and we have our meetings and we share with each other, because we want to show other people that they can get sober and they can change their lives too. I was thinking about, like, how a lot of people like to help people, right? And then I was listening to a lady who has a channel, and she's anorexic. Her channel is called Rachel's Recovery. And she was talking about ego the other night. And you guys, what she said is spot on. So she was talking about how whenever we help people, that when we help them, if we feel like we have to come on and tell people, hey, I helped this guy, I just gave him $100. Or, hey, I helped this person, I just bought them a new car, or whatever, right? Then when we do that, it's because we want that validation. We want people to see that we've helped somebody. And that is feeding our ego, right? Pure help and doing things out of the kindness of your heart and because you want to make a difference or make a change is when you do something even when no one else is going to know about it. Is when you offer a helping hand to somebody and you're not getting a pat on the back for it, right? And when she said that, it really hit me down in my soul. I was like, you know what? She's right. She is exactly right. You know, I never even thought about that, you know? So from now on, whenever I help somebody, I'm not going to say nothing about it. I'm not going to tell a soul, because I want it to be for the right reasons. And I don't want to get caught up in, like, helping others and feeling like I have to have validation because I'm helping somebody. You know what I'm saying? That just hit me like a ton of bricks. I guess it hit me because sometimes I think I get caught up and I get excited because I really enjoy helping people, right? And so I come on here and I get excited and I want to tell everybody about all the things that are happening. And then I have to remember, like, I don't got to do that anymore. You know, you're showing people how to do themselves, Nicole. You should be proud of this ground regained in the last few days. Green-eyed cat, Brian, I'm dying. But I appreciate you guys, for real. Yes, they are our enemies. And it, you know, whenever you're listening to somebody and they're talking to you guys, and they're talking and you feel like they're talking to you. It's like that message was written for you. That's what I felt like. I had just snuck into this lady's live stream, and I didn't even tell anybody I was in there. And I was just listening to her talking about ego. So think about it. I want you guys to really think hard about it. When you watch your favorite YouTubers and they're coming on and they're telling you guys about how they're giving the homeless people money, or they're donating to charities, or they're doing this, that, and the third, remember that. Remember, we don't need to, when you help somebody, you don't have to tell anybody else about it. Because the minute we cross over and we start telling people, look at me, I'm helping people, then it takes the goodness and the purity out of it. And it turns over to that ego and that give me a pat on the back. I need validation. I need reassurance, right? And so I'm guilty. I am guilty. Hey, Super Mike, easing God out. Exactly. That's awesome. I've heard that before. Back in the day when I first started going to meetings, I've heard that. But I never even thought about that, you guys. Like, but it makes complete sense. It makes complete sense. So, what is it called? Integrity. Doing the right thing even though nobody else is looking. You know, helping somebody even though you know nobody's going to know you helped them. You know, yeah, that's how I want to start really focusing on, you know, the things that I'm doing them because I'm doing it for the right reasons, you know, because for me, you guys, it's really easy for me to get caught up in what everybody else thinks about me and worrying about whether or not, you know, I'm telling you guys, I really struggle with that. And so I don't want to find myself back in that, you know? Oh, restless legs are terrible. Oh no, look who the cat dragged in. Staten Island's in the house. I'm so glad you guys are all here. So how many of you guys watched that video I did the other day about relapse prevention? I went through step by step, you guys, on ways that you can stay sober and not go back out, you know? Is that why they call it kicking? I never even thought about that. Hey, I want to show you guys a thank you, Missa. I want to put you guys on to an awesome documentary. Are y'all ready? Let me get it. Probably about a year ago, when I don't know who it was, me and a couple other people had found this documentary. How many of you guys have watched Haircut? If you haven't watched this documentary, y'all are missing out on life. I'm fixing to link it in the chat. It's all about this guy who kicks heroin. And the way it happens is his best friends drive him up to the mountains somewhere. Okay, he's a black guy, and it's all of him and his friends. They call him Haircut because he can cut hair like a motherfucker. He can cut a head. Okay, and so they drive him up to the mountains to kick heroin, and it shows the whole process. You guys got to watch it. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but I just linked it in the comment section, and I'm going to link it again. And then I also want to show y'all another really bad ass documentary. Hold on. I'm serious. Like, oh my gosh, you guys, this one is really, really triggering though. So if you are easily triggered, please, please don't watch it, okay? Let me see. Yeah, that's it. I mean, this one is probably this one that I'm fixing to share with you. It's hard to watch, but if you don't ever want to go back to using heroin, this shit will freaking knock your ass back in line. You won't ever want to get high again after you watch that one, Black Tar. So my friend Tony put me on to the one called Black Tar, and I cried. I cried during the whole thing because I could put myself in. Today I was driving, right? And you know that story that I always tell you guys about how I was hallucinating on Baseline Road? Hey, Kaylee. And I was walking up and down Baseline Road, and I was hallucinating. And the police found me because I was sweeping this old lady's porch. I thought I thought there was weed all over her porch. So I was sweeping her porch at 3 a.m. Okay. Well, today I had to go down to Walgreens on Baseline Road and do their cards. Okay. Because I do that for a living. I'm a merchandiser, if y'all didn't know that. And so this Walgreens is literally like a block away from where they found me walking up and down the road in my boxers and t-shirt. Okay? I was driving down there, you guys. And did you really, girl? Oh, I was driving down there and I was having flashbacks, you guys. I was having flashbacks of being down there and being in my hallucinations. Hey, James, what's up? I'm glad to have you here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So glad to see you. So I was driving down the street to go do my store, and those thoughts. Do you guys ever have, like, it's just like the thoughts just flood your mind from whenever you were using. And so I was driving down there, and I thought I could see myself. Like I was just driving and I could see myself, and I was driving in my car, y'all, and I just started crying. I just started crying because I thought, oh my God, I can't believe that I'm alive. I can't believe that I can't believe somebody didn't find me and rape me. I can't believe somebody didn't pick me up and go and drive and kill me and cut me up somewhere. Like I think about it all the time, but whenever I have to drive down there, it really, really brings back those memories, you know? And so that is just no place that you want to be up and down, you know, especially in boxers and a t-shirt at 3 o'clock in the morning. And so I remember like it was yesterday, waking up out of that coma, and my mom was sitting there like beside me, looking at me and saying, do you know how long you've been here? Do you know how long you've been at this hospital? And I remember looking at my mom and I was like, no, why, Mom? She's like, you've been in a coma for 7 days. And I was just like, I couldn't wait to get out of there, y'all, so I could go get high because I was miserable. I hated my life. I hated myself, you know? Damn, that's no way to live, you know? No way to live. You don't ever want to live like that. I don't ever want to go back to that life. I'm so grateful that I don't have to live my life like that anymore, you guys. I was thinking about it, and I was working in that Walgreens today, and then I started thinking about how it's so easy for other people to say things like, you know, it's so easy to get sober. Just stop using drugs. Just do what you need to do. If you really wanted to be sober, you would just quit, right? So I was working today, and a young lady came up to me. She might be in the chat right now. If you're here, girl, say something. But she came up to me and she said, she asked me about the job I was working and if we were hiring. And of course I was like, sure. And I told her that I was in recovery and that, you know, it's a really great job because you make your own hours. And she was like so happy that I was talking to her like a regular person. And that's when she told me that she was, you know, she had a problem with opiates also, and that she's always felt discriminated against. And you know what, you guys? That's what so many people don't understand is that, you know, it's easy to just look at somebody and look down on them and think, oh, well, they're not dressed in the best clothes, or maybe they don't look as great as they used to because they've been in an active addiction for many, many years, you know? But like, it's it's a human being, you know, a person. And so I gave her the link to the job and told her to go fill out the application and put my name down as a reference, you know, that I would do anything I could to help her get a job, you know. If it weren't that easy, detoxes would be spitting out winners, right? Right. Oh, gosh. I see cardinals all the time, you know, and what I think, you guys, I think that that's my husband's dad, because when he passed away, it was sudden and we didn't know it was going to happen. And so I always think that's him coming back around to say that, to tell us he loves us, you know. But how are you guys doing? I want to know how all of you guys are doing. I just want my Andrew, go get Mederma. Go get Mederma and put it on there. I mean, I still have them on my arms. They're not too bad, though. I used to drag the needle out of my arm right here, so it's like, but it don't bother me. Can't complain. Doing good. Good, Boston. I'm so glad you guys are doing good. I really, really am. Get some Mederma. If you guys have really bad tracks, get some Mederma and rub it on there every single day. And it will really, really help. And some vitamin E. You can go to the store and buy these little vitamin E capsules, and you poke a little hole in them and squeeze the oil out and rub it on there. Exactly. Exactly. Own them. Oh, good. I'm glad they're getting better. You know what? Listen, okay. Back when I was using you guys, I used to wear. You have been Misty. Good, good. Also, you guys, if you tan at all, when you tan, that will help too. So get some fresh sunlight on those tracks, okay? Fresh sunlight and some vitamin E or some Mederma. Drink lots and lots of water. Start working out with us every day. Who's doing the workouts with us, y'all? Who's doing the workouts? I'm trying to taper down from 16 milligrams a day, Suboxone, down to 8 milligrams a day. For the last few days, I feel fine. Hey, Michelle, you're going to feel fine, girl. It's not, honestly, you're going to be just fine. If you're going from 16 to 8, this is what I did, okay? I don't recommend just going from 16 to 8 milligrams because you might not be able to sustain it. So here's the idea for you. If you're going to from 16, go from 16 to 14 or 12, then go from 12 to 10, then 10 to 8. That's what I did. And it really, really helped me a lot. And I went really, really slow. Oh, I got an update. I got an update for y'all. Guess who went to the doctor today? Guess who talked to her Suboxone doctor today? Guess who's doing so good? And they're proud of me. I'm doing it, y'all. I'm doing it. So I told my doctor I wanted to go down to 1 milligram. And he was like, why don't we do this? I'm going to write you for 2 milligrams, and I want you to take 2 milligrams because y'all know that my prescription was for 3 last month, or the last 3 months, my prescription was written for 3. I was supposed to be taking 3 milligrams, but I was only taking 2 milligrams. And I told him today, I was completely honest. I told him I've only been taking 2 milligrams. That's why I had so many films left over, because he was like, why do you have 29 films? And I was like, because I hadn't been taking the whole dose, you know? And so he said, okay, I'm going to write it for 2. Like, but he said, why don't you just take the 2? And I was like, I want to go to 1. And he was like, but I want you to make sure that you're not just like doing it too quickly, you know? And so I told him I agreed I would take the 2. But I'm doing really good, you guys. Like, I feel great. I feel great. So here's the thing. When I take my medicine, I'll take 1 milligram in the morning before I go to work, or before when I get up and all that stuff. And sometimes I don't take the other one. And so I can make it through a whole day on 1 milligram. And so I'm trying to do that and see how it goes. But so far, so good. I'm really excited, you guys, because here's the deal, okay? The reason why I'm so excited, I'm going to be straight up with y'all, okay? I'm going to be straight up. Y'all want to know why I'm excited? Because I want to give all those people out here the middle finger who said I couldn't do it, who said I'm not sober, who said my recovery ain't shit because I'm on Suboxone. I want to give them all the middle finger whenever I'm able to get completely off. I'm going to be like doing a little dance, dancing a jig. Because that's how I am, y'all. When somebody tells me like I can't do something, or I'm not this, or I'm not that, it's like makes me want to do it even more. You know what I mean? Just like with the whole weight loss thing, going on that Tamron Hall show and being in front of people, all these people about my weight, it made me want to be like, oh, fuck this shit. I'm getting in shape. You know what I mean? Because I can do this. And so I can do this. Oh, Michelle, listen, girl, I've been going so slow. That's the beauty of this whole situation. Girl, I'm in it like Flint. I'm down to 1 milligram, been on it for a week, feeling great. But it's because I only drop I've been dropping 2 milligrams every 90 days. So I wait 3 months till my body completely stabilizes on each dose. So that is why I have been not having any withdrawals. That's why I've been doing so good, because I've been slowly tapering. It has taken me, you guys, a whole year to get to this point. In fact, it's been longer than a year. I started my taper in March of 2019. Right, James? I know. James says, listen to this day, y'all. James says, someday those people will understand, hopefully, when they're overwhelmed with something more powerful than they are. You know, that's kind of like what it's like for me with food, too, you guys. I got to this point with my food addiction where I was so overwhelmed with just, I was coping. I was using food to cope. So I got rid of my addiction to drugs and I started using food to cope with life, you know? And so it's so easy, you guys. Like, I'm not perfect. Okay. I am a human being. Okay. I sit before you, a flawed human, right? But anybody who acts like their life is like perfect, be weary. Okay. Be weary of that person. Sorry, I had to clean that off. My life is not perfect. I struggle daily. I have to check myself, you know? Boston, you need to work out with us today. Dude, Nick had me doing burpees today. I was dying. I was dying. Michelle, I've been there too, girl. I've been there too. When I first got on Suboxone, I thought, oh, I'll just take more and it'll make me feel better. And I learned really quickly that taking more Suboxone does nothing. So that's the beauty about Suboxone and why it helps so many people, because an addicts like me and like you guys, we tell ourselves, oh, I'll just take another piece, right? Like we used to when we were getting high. I'll just do another line or I'll just take another pill. The great thing about Suboxone is your body reaches that ceiling and you can't take another piece. It's not going to do shit to you. You're just going to be out of your medicine in earlier than you were supposed to be. You know, and then if you run out early, then what are you going to do? You're up shit creek, you know, without a paddle. I did that so much in the beginning. Yes, me too. And then I learned that this is why, like when I was telling you guys about all the different things you can do to stay sober for relapse prevention, this is what I was meaning, you guys. Like you can be on Suboxone and still be relapsing and fucking your life up. Like Suboxone is not going to get you sober. It's not going to save you from anything unless you put in the work. You know, so you can get on maintenance medication and you can still be miserable. You can still be struggling. You can have other addictions. Like you can find yourself in the same position I was. I found myself here on medication assisted treatment and eating my feelings instead of, you know, talking about how I felt. Yeah, it's me too, Michelle. Same. It was the same situation for me too, girl. Yes, green-eyed cat, absolutely. If you just end up screwing yourself, it does nothing if you take more. And I think a lot of people don't understand that, especially people who don't have opiate addictions. It's like they think that we're over here eating a bunch of Suboxone because it does something to change the way we feel, right? But it doesn't. It doesn't. It's literally not going to do anything. You're not going to feel anything. Hey, Bill. I'm on 1 milligram of Suboxone and struggling. What's going on, Jeff? You okay? Why are you struggling, honey? Talk to us. No, not people on high doses of methadone. Hey, Bill. We're addicts, so we at least try. I know, right? Listen to me, you guys. I've tried so many times. I've tried so many times to take more because I would have a bad day, you know? And especially when I first started my job, like 5 years ago when I first started working, I would be at work and I'd be like, you know how your mind tells you that you need more energy, right? And then so you would take it some more, and then you're like still not having any more energy. Anybody who's on Suboxone will know what I'm talking about. Y'all understand me. I know y'all do, and y'all don't judge me either. So, Jeff, why are you struggling with your 1 milligram, man? Talk to us. What's going on? Are you down too low and don't feel comfortable at that dose? Okay, let me see what he said. Feel something from it. Tells me I'm struggling still with my addiction. Michelle, I know, girl. You can do it though. Listen to me. If you're feeling like that, then pause where you're at. Okay, pause where you're at and start working. Because okay, so let me tell you something. I was the same way for so long. I just realized. Let me tell y'all something. I'm putting y'all on. I've gotten down low enough on my dose that now my receptors aren't saturated all the way. Okay, so if I take more, it will give me a feeling. So, and I know that because I've done it. Okay, so I'm just telling y'all straight up. Okay, because when you get down to like 2 milligrams or underneath that, then that's whenever your the Suboxone, it's not at that ceiling. You can break over that ceiling now, okay? And so I had to like really figure out, like, am I in a good spot? Can I do this? Am I going to be okay? Because y'all know my husband is on like 16 milligrams. So if I wanted to, I could go in there and steal his or something, you know? But I've gotten to a point now, and this is only because of practice. This is only because of being honest. I tell you guys everything. I've gotten to a point now where I don't want to feel differently. I'm happy. We're working out. My depression, my anxiety, how I feel like just overall sense of well-being, top notch since I started working out with Nick. And I know that I probably look miserable while I'm working out, you guys, but it makes me feel so good afterward. Afterward, I'm like, I did it. I fucking did it, you know? And so I just finally started getting to a point where I started forgetting to take my Suboxone, and I stopped obsessing over that dose. I know you guys, if you're not on Suboxone, you're not going to understand, but I know a lot of you guys understand what I'm saying. And so I've just gotten to a point where I'm just not obsessing over it. And so that's really been good for me. But what has helped me, Michelle, just so you know, is going to therapy, is talking to all of you guys, exercising, eating right, having a job, you know, working with others, having a sponsor. These are all things that have really, really helped me. And I have an amazing sponsor. She doesn't judge me for being on Suboxone. She doesn't pressure me to get off of it. She tells me to do what I got to do. If I got to be on it for the rest of my life, she's not going to say anything to me about it. You know why? Because she's not a doctor. Yes, Jeff, it does feel great, doesn't it? It feels great. It feels like my heart is rushing, all my blood's pumping. It feels so good. I love it. I'm so glad that we started doing it. I think I might go back to 2 milligrams. I think maybe being on 1 milligram makes me feel like I'm afraid to come on. Yeah, man. Hey, Jeff, if you're having anxiety about it, then go back. Go back to, why don't you do this? Go back 0.5 and do 1.5 and see how you feel at that. You know, a lot of it, you guys, is a lot of it is psychological. So if you're not in a good headspace, if you're not in a positive frame of mind, okay, do not taper, okay? You got to be ready. You got to be ready to attack like you're going to war, okay? You got to be so positive. You got to be like seriously. I want you guys to go look at Michelle Mariner's channel, okay? The girl who jumped off of methadone at 28 milligrams, and you will know what I'm talking about. This girl, let me show y'all her Instagram. Let me show y'all. You're going to see what I'm talking about. This girl has got such a positive mindset. Nothing's going to stop her. Nothing's going to stop her. And that's why she's doing so well, because she's got a positive mindset. Now, she's crazy as hell, but here you go. Hold on. I want y'all to see her, and you'll know. Hold on. A little bit of Monica in my life, a little bit of Erica by my side, a little bit of Rita's all I need, a little bit of Tina's what I see. That's her like a week ago. Now this is her like 12 days off of methadone. Hey, Margarita. She is in it to win it. You know, that's what you got to do, you guys. You have to be ready. Like, your mind has to be on point. You know what I mean? It really, that's what I've learned. Now, the lower you get when you're tapering and the more nervous you get, don't be nervous though. Isn't that funny, Michelle? She is so sweet though, you guys. Let me get her channel so I'm putting you guys on to all kinds of good stuff today. I'm going to get her channel though. She's been on my channel a couple times too, and she's just got a good story, you guys. Her channel is called Amputated by Addiction, you know, because she got her amputated from addiction. She got her hand cut because of her addiction, you guys. Her hand cut because, oh, sorry guys. There's her channel now. Nicole, it's a mental war. It starts in your head. If you get defeated in your mind, you got no chance. Right, absolutely. Okay, so like today, if y'all were watching the workout today, towards the end when we were doing those burpees, I started getting defeated and I started getting really, really down on myself because I was just feeling so sloppy, you know, because it's like, oh, so hard to get down there, up and down, up and down. And so, like, I was giving up. I was getting discouraged, you know, and so you can't let yourself get discouraged. You guys can do this. You can accomplish anything, you know, and here's the thing, you guys, like, for a long time, I didn't want to taper off Suboxone, you know, and that's just where I was at that time. But now I've gotten to a point where I do want to. But you guys listen to me. If you don't want to taper, don't feel like you have to do it, okay? Don't do it because I'm doing it or any of those things, okay? Do it because it's something that you want to do, and if you don't, fuck it, okay? And two, I quit heroin cold turkey after 6 months. And two, I didn't relapse. I got on 2 milligrams of Suboxone because I got cravings and didn't want to take a chance on relapse. Hey, MVP, that's kind of what happened with me is I went to treatment and I had been sober from opiates for 30 days. I have to join in on these workouts. When are they? Tomorrow we will be live at 3:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, which is 4:30 Eastern and 1:30 West Coast time. And we will be on live. MVP, I did the same thing. I was in treatment for 30 days, came out, and was like, they were telling me they were going to take my son. You know, they were going to terminate my rights if I relapsed because I relapsed when I was on treatment on Xanax. And so I got on Suboxone because I was like, I don't want to lose my son, you know? And it was the best decision I ever made, you guys, because my track record, I always relapse. I relapse over and over and over and over and over again. And so getting on maintenance medication saved my ass. I'm very, very grateful, you guys. Yes, come and work out with me. Now be prepared to see my big ass flopping around, hitting the ground. I mean, my face was so red today, y'all. My sweat beating down. But I did it. That's all that matters. My kids took, my mom has them, but good news, May 19th court date, might get them back. Really? That's awesome. You should text me on the Real Talk Recovery phone line. I'll help you with anything I can. But my son got taken away, so I totally understand. That's why I got on maintenance medication, because they were threatening to terminate my rights because of that relapse I had. So you can do this, okay? You're very fortunate, MVP, that your mom has them, because my son had to go to foster care, and you don't want that to have to happen. That sucks. You know, unless you've been like, Dubs! Dubs! Dubs, I see your message. I'm always down to see a big ass. Oh, you're so crazy. You are so crazy. Oh, y'all are crazy. Well, that's what you're going to be seeing. I don't know if it's going to be a good view, but you'll be seeing it. There was like 20 of y'all on the live stream today when we were working out too. It was really cool to see all y'all here. I appreciate all of you guys' support. It really means a lot to me. So anyway, I love you guys. I'm going to get off here, go take a nice hot shower. Tomorrow is our Mara meeting, okay? So the way I'm going to do the Mara meeting is I'm going to have a link in the chat so that way you guys can come up in here and share. Now we'll read the preamble. We'll read about Mara's, goals. We'll do the beginning, the opening readings for the Mara, okay? Then I will throw a link in the chat, and I'll drop it every so often so that way whoever wants to come up and share like how they're doing. Last week we talked about step 1. So today what we'll do, or tomorrow what we'll do, is we'll do a step 2 meeting. And for those of you guys that are new, that don't know what Mara is Medication Assisted Recovery Anonymous. And what we're going to do is we're going to go through the 12 steps of Medication Assisted Recovery Anonymous, and we'll have a meeting each Friday on those steps, okay? So everybody that wants to share, bring your sharing clothes. I don't know, put your sharing faces on. Be ready. But I love you guys. I'll see y'all tomorrow at 3:30 for our workout. And then I'll see you at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time for our Mara meeting. Don't forget to hit the like button because y'all look at this. Let me show y'all something. I literally have the most dedicated trolls on this platform in the whole YouTube world. Let me show y'all something. This platform. Every time I go live. So y'all go out there, y'all hit the like button on your way out, and come hang out with us tomorrow for our Mara meeting. Then on Saturday, we all go with Merck to a Zoom Mara meeting, and it's at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, and then we'll have a meeting here after that. So if you guys want to do the Zoom meeting, I will link it in our community tab tomorrow or Saturday at 6 so y'all can come with us. But I'll remind y'all tomorrow night, okay? All right. Love you guys. I'll see y'all later. Have a good night.